Y'all already know, baby. We're here to talk Cowboys. As you guys know, hey, I'm starting a little late. It's all right. It's a Friday. It's around 8:51 p.m. You guys already know. It's the Cowboys Cast, baby. Let's go. We got the Lions on Saturday. Tell me what you guys think. We're going to talk about some things. Like I said, Rashid Evans. We got some injury reports we got to go over. Just a lot of things to talk about. And tell me what you guys think on the comments. Let's go. Let's do this. This is the Cowboys Cast on a late Friday. I know you ain't doing nothing. There ain't no football. At least NFL, that is. Let's go, baby. What you guys got on the comments? Let's do this. All the Cowboy fans, tell me what you guys got. Tell me what you guys think. Let's talk about it, man. All right, let's go over a couple of things. Obviously, everybody's already heard. I'm kind of late to the party, but it's all good. Rashad Evans was let go. He was cut from the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, that leaves us with one linebacker, Damone Clark, true linebacker, that is. Obviously, we got Marquise Bell, but obviously he was converted safety into linebacker. I think the biggest thing for this game, man, is, the streak at home is on. So, hey, look, it's tough to beat us at home. Everybody knows that. I believe, what the one thing I didn't check, I think I might need to check is what's the spread on this game? I think we're maybe by 1.5, I believe. I want to say. Let's see what we got here. You guys got it. Put it in the comments, man. Tell me what you think. Let's see. Here we go. We're going with the spread, and it is, I think it might have changed a little bit from earlier. I want to say it's 1.5, but we'll see. So it says Lions, Cowboys spread. Cowboys got 6, but I think that might have changed already. 53.5, the over under. So yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Let's see what we got here. All right, we got somebody on TikTok. What does he say? Let's see what Rich says. Rich Mendenhall says Cowboys by 10 at home. Okay. By 10. We will see, man. I think it might be a little bit closer. So stop glorifying. This is Justin Mayan on Facebook. Let's see what he says. He throws out a star. All righty. Here we go. Hey, Justin. I've never seen you on the show, and on the Cowboys Cast, we do a round of applause, man. That's what we do. I'm hoping it's working. Let me see. Let me get it right. There we go. Justin Mayan, welcome to the Cowboys Cast. We give everybody that's new here a round of applause. Welcome to the show. Thank you for the star. Appreciate it. Maddie on TikTok says, I heard the Cowboys are going to rest some of their starters. I hope that's not true, man. This is a big game. I think the starters need to play, and I think we need to do that probably last week of the season. I think that would be smart enough to do it. But like I said, Justin, welcome. Let's see. Rich Mendenhall also says, and Cardinals by 7. As we all know, the Eagles are playing the Cardinals, so we will see about that one. The Cardinals are a good team. Rich Mendenhall also says, my first time also. Rich, it's your first time? Look, man, I'm sorry. You got to come on YouTube and Facebook. One of those. I prefer you come on YouTube, but let's give him a round of applause, man. Thank you, Rich Mendenhall, for coming on, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the comments. As you know, everybody knows that here on the Cowboys Cast, if you're new to the show, we give you a round of applause, man. Maddie, Cards are losing by at least 9. I think the Cards are going to lose too. I want them to win, but I think they're going to end up losing, man. I hate to say that, but it's true. But let's look at these lines, right? Let's look at some of their standings. Gary Sittler on TikTok says this dude lost credibility when he said Cards are good. They're a good team, man. I mean, what do you mean they're not good? Have they literally, how many times have they been blown out? Like literally blown out? Not very many. All credibility, huh? Appreciate it. 3 wins, they're trash. They're a trash team. Okay. You know, I mean, what I'm saying is, man, they play tough, man. I'm not saying they're good, they're gonna make the playoffs, but you got to think, man. Some of these games they lost to the Falcons 25-3. They lost to the Texans 21-16. They beat the Steelers, lost to the Rams by a lot. Got it, but that's far view too. They put 29 points on the Niners, man. Like this is not like I get they won 3 games, but they're still a good team. They can beat a lot of teams. What do you say? Is that so Cowboys feel better? No, we should have dominated them, but we didn't. They beat us. I'm not trying to. No, you're coming to the wrong show, man. It's not what I'm saying. I never take any team lightly. That's the difference, man. And I could agree with that. Maddie says good offense, no defense. I can agree with that 100%. But if anybody thinks they're just going to go in and have an easy game as the Cardinals, are mistakenly wrong. I guess that's what I'm saying. Maybe I used the wrong words. It's good. I guess I could say it's not an automatic win, even though they have 3 wins. I get it, but it's going to be a tough game. Richmond Hall, been a Cowboys fan since 1977. Awesome, man. I appreciate you. That's awesome. Sandman 2023, Trump 2024. Amen. We will see. George G, stop ignoring my comment. Lions Nation on top. We exposing that run defense tomorrow night. Stop ignoring my that's the first comment you've put on here. George G. Just throwing that out there. I got a lot of comments to read. Newly Central says, "What's up, brother? Here we go. Yup, here we go, man. Here we go." I just wanted to talk about the Lions, and obviously everybody knows they won the NFC North since I think in '93, I believe. So hats off to them. They're 11-4. If the playoffs shook out right now, they would probably end up playing the Rams. And we would play the Bucks. So that's where it would go. Maddie, are you going to the game tomorrow? Nah, man, I'm not. I am not going to the game. Joe Longo says, think this is the most complete Cowboys team since the 90s, and yet they can't win tough games. Joe, I feel your pain. I think everybody's on the same boat. It's one of those things we ask ourselves, like, what is it, man? What is it that keeps these Cowboys from breaking away from this pack? And kind of putting themselves on that totem pole of, hey, man, they're the top team. They're still a good team. They can there's 2 weeks left in the season. They can put some things together. It's not like it's the end of the world. It really isn't. But I get what you're saying, man. Like, Joe Longo is correct. I think we get out of coached every week. That's probably for another time, but I can probably agree with you a little bit with that. I think it's a combination of things. It's not just one thing. Maddie says they give names away with all of the penalties. They give games away. Yeah, they do. George G, 5 seed. Yeah, we're the 5th seed. He's given a laughing emoji. I'm confused, but yeah, we're the 5th seed. No, we made the playoffs, man. Like the Eagles are 11-4. I don't know why you would laugh, but whatever. Not everybody makes the playoffs, man. You should be happy that your team makes playoffs at the end of the day. So, anyways, going back to these lines, right? This is going to be a tough game. I don't care if it's at home or not. The Cowboys are, on a two game losing streak right now. So, looking at this Lions team, right, you got to look at a couple of things. Total yards, they're third in the NFL right now. So they have a good offense, man. Other than that debacle against the Baltimore Ravens, which is the number one team right now in the NFL, they played pretty good. So for the most part, they put up a lot of yards. Yeah, they lost to the Bears, but they still put up a lot of yards. You got to be very careful with that. Passing, they are fifth right now in the NFL total. They are third in rushing, which is, I told you guys against the Bills. If you go back to the podcast that we had, I told you guys about the Bills that they were going to be a problem if they run the ball. And we had issues with it. So at the end of the day, this Lions team is going to want to run the ball. That's what Ben Johnson wants to do. So we're going to have to make sure that we stop the run, and we're very disciplined on containing on the outside. That's going to be the huge factor in this game. Maddie says, I think the Bucks with Mayfield upset Dallas first round. You know, I've been hearing that a lot from a lot of people saying that if we play the Bucks, we might lose against the Bucks. I don't think so, but I'm hearing that a lot. Crazy Batman fan says, as an Eagles fan, I gotta ask, you gonna handle them Lions for us this weekend? I hope so. Look, at this point, the way the Cowboys are going. I mean, they lost 2 in a row. We're what 15 in a row at home right now. But this Lions team is gonna come to play, man. This is the one team you cannot sleep on. You can't sleep on any team, but if you want to play um good football in December and January and February, these are the teams that you have to beat. So we'll see, man. Uh Shane Odom one says, does McCarthy forget that he has a challenge flag in his pocket? I think he does, man. I'm not gonna lie, that one football I talked about back before, I don't know, man. I think I threw the flag. Either that or somebody that's getting paid up there is not getting paid enough to give him that film or get that replay to let him know that he needs to throw that flag. Somebody needs to get fired for that, 100%. How do we see it? And if we did have the flag, we saw it and throw it. How does he not have enough time to see the flag and tell Mike McCarthy, hey, you need to throw a flag? Which is very interesting. So I don't know, man. We'll see. Let's go. Stephen White says, hi, y'all. Let's go. Here we go. We got Fernando. Fernando says, ball control is what the boys will have against the Lions tomorrow. I hope so, man. They have a really good team. Fire emoji. Let's go. Yeah, man. I think ball control is important. The Cowboys, the biggest thing with the Cowboys is that this defense is built to play ahead as of right now. Unless they start stopping this run and stuffing it and fixing the couple of things that they need to do, I don't think it's a lot. I think misalignment and linebackers not hitting gaps and holes in a timely manner is what's killing us. And we're waiting a lot as linebackers to make the play, and that's not how it works. You have to go downhill, man, fast and quick. That's kind of how it works. See, Business 22 Analyze says, should play Hunter or give him more reps, help sustain drive with the running game. Yeah, I can agree with that. And obviously, you guys know Malik Davis is out as well because he ran out of eligibility for moving up on the team. So, we got Deuce Vaughn, we got Hunter Lupke and Pollard. So it's going to be pretty interesting game, to say the least. Chris Low 80 says Cowboys will lose tomorrow, just like predicted. The Dolphins win over the Cowboys. I hope so. I hope the Cowboys win. I hope it's not losing tomorrow. I think this team plays very well at home, and I'm very confident that they win this game. And if they don't, hey, we got some issues that we need to cover. Soccer Game 445 says, I am so nervous. Yeah, I think a lot of people are nervous right now. So we'll see. Let's see. Fernando says, let's see what Fernando's got. Who you watching the game with tomorrow, Javier? I'm watching it with my family, man. I'm usually here. I got a whole setup here, a couch, TV, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4. I got it all. But I'm down here in the basement in my man cave, so this is where I watch it. Sometimes, like a game like this, I try not to be around my family because I get super crazy and loud and I start yelling. And yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to be upstairs, so I'm usually down in the basement, Fernando. Just so you know, I usually watch it by myself sometimes. My son comes down and watches it with me every once in a while. Chanel says, want to take half my family. Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, yeah, man. So that's kind of business 22 analyst says, I think Parsons should go back to linebacker position and put an extra lineman. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of debate about that, and I know a lot of content creators talk about that, but this is the thing you got to think about. I'm okay with that, but not full time. You got to pick your poison every once in a while. Micah can rush the passer, so I think you kind of I agree with it, but then I don't. It's kind of a 50-50 for me. You gotta give them the different times and downs. I think you go with that, and I agree with it at some point. Business 22 Analyze says Detroit has a very good run game. They do, and that's the thing. That we're gonna get tested again to see if we can stop this run. Soccer game 4-5. Detroit Lions team looks dangerous. It will be tough game and very good. Yep, it will. David Olivares 178 says Arlington, Texas in the house. DC PPC. I am gonna give you a round of applause, man. Round of applause, David. Just because you said you're DC for life and PPC. Welcome to the show. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube. I appreciate it. Make us get to 1,000, man. That's what we're trying to do. Business 22 Analyze says, I agree with you, but you can do a linebacker blitz. Yeah, and I get that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it just kind of depends on distance and down and how you move them. But I guess we kind of do agree on both ends of that. So Fernando says 47 family members here in my home. A lot are in the hotels rooms. My great uncle's happy to take my son to see Jimmy get his name up. That is crazy. 47 family members. Fernando, that's insane, man. That is crazy. I'm wondering, I haven't even checked. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder how much the standing room alone is. Because usually those tickets are what, like $45, $50. How much are they now? I'm wondering. I'm probably gonna say like 200, maybe. At most, probably. We'll see. But going back, guys, like I said, they're third in rushing. All right. Defensively, um, let's look at defensively for the Lions. So defensively, yards per game, they are ranked. Let's see. 15th 15th yards total per game. So they're ranked 15th in defense yards total per game. Passing, they are ranked, let's see. They are ranked 22nd. Okay? Total yards given up. Rushing, they are ranked 4. So that's the defense. So they're a really good on stopping the run. So that's big, man. We struggle a little bit with that, and we struggle with stopping the run. Those are the key things to a championship team. So this team is really good, guys. You know, they've had some losses, but that one big loss against the Ravens, this is a good team, man. You cannot think that they're gonna come here in here and just, you know, lay an egg on here. They're gonna come to play. So Business 22 Analyze says, okay, no, got it. Stephen White says, that rocks, Nando. He's talking about Fernando. Yep, it does, man. That's pretty cool that you have that many family members in the area. That's really awesome. So we'll see how that goes, man. Now I know why you asked the question of why or who I'm watching the game with, because you're watching with a lot of family members. All right, their defense is pretty good. Okay. They stopped the run very well. I think they said we're ranked 4th. So defense is 22. Defensive pass defense is 22nd. I think that's where the weakness is, and I think that's where the Cowboys are going to take advantage of it. I want to say, let's look at the I want to look at the report for the status, right? Obviously, we all know that Malik Davis is going to be out for this game. Rico Dotto is going to be out too. Did not participate. He's probably more than likely. That's why Lukey and Deuce Vaughn getting elevated. Let's see. Jonathan Hatkins obviously is out. You guys know that. Malik Hooker had full practice all the way to Wednesday. Malik Hooker full practice. Zach Martin did not practice on Wednesday. Limited practice on Tuesday. Matt Waleska, obviously, you guys know that he got elevated and more likely is going to play or going to be the backup. Let's see. Tyrone Smith did not practice the Tuesday or Wednesday. So Chuma Edoga limited practice on Wednesday. So for the Detroit Lions, CJ Gardner, that's one to watch. Even though he says it's a CJ Gardner is there, he did have limited practice, but I believe, I don't know if he's going to play or not. I don't think he is, but everybody else is kind of a full practice. No really big hits here. For Taylor Decker did not practice on Wednesday, but they might be holding him back for the game. So you guys got to understand this game's on Saturday, so they're a day behind. That's why some of these people are probably getting a day off or whatever the case may be. So looking at that, then we look at let's look at some scenarios, right? I know I don't want to look past this game, but you kind of have to look at, well, what it'll look like, right? If what kind of matchup we're going to have and what we do here against this game. Because we might see the Lions again in the playoffs, depending on what happens. Fernando says, I want my boy Hunter to get another crack at getting the ball. I think so too. Now, looking at it, do y'all think whose fault was that? Was that Dak's fault or was that his fault? Because I feel like Dak really didn't put it in his gut like he was supposed to, but near here or there. But you guys tell me what you think. But that's kind of how I feel about it. We will see, man. We will see. All right. If you're following, hey, make sure y'all follow us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. We're giving the hat away. Let me show you the hat. Once we hit 1,000, Jerry has the actual hat, but this is the hat. It's by True Brand. It's going to be a one-of-one hat. All right. That's a pretty cool hat. Once we hit 1,000, this hat will be given away. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's where we'll get your email address. Just make sure you're public so we can see your email be given away. Come when we hit 1,000 subscribers. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, please. Appreciate it. Here we go. Fernando says, and Tolbert been coming up in the ball more. That is kind of interesting. Fabian Olivo 717 says Chiefs is suspect team like last year. I think they're more so this year than they were last year, though. I believe. So a big pun for, I don't think I've ever seen big pun on here. Big pun, we give people a round of applause, man. Every time you're on the Cowboys Cast and you're new and we think you're new, you get a round of applause, man. That's just what we do. Welcome to the show. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not. Hit that like button. Make sure you share it with somebody. I appreciate the comment. He says Cowboys winning tomorrow. Lions are overrated. Interesting. Overrated. If you think they're overrated, give me some context with that, man. Why do you think that is? Big Pun Forever says Cowboys need to draft Brian Thomas Jr. I'm gonna have to look at that one. I will let you know. 50 Shades says 4 stars. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna give him a round of applause. I think he's the same one that was on earlier. I might be wrong, but if you're new to the channel, we give you a round of applause. That's what we do. All right. We got Raymond 200-419 says 49ers lose 2 games, Eagles win 1 and lose 2, Cowboys win 2 games, Cowboys clinch 1 seed. Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot. Now, I think I want to say the Niners might lose to the Rams at the end of the year. I'm not sure about that game. That one's kind of an iffy one. even though they did kind of beat them down the first game. I have a feeling the Niners might have a tough game in that game. The only reason I say that is because some things the Rams can't back off, man. They need to win these next two games in order to stay in the playoffs. Because if they do lose, they will be right now there's the 6th seed. So the reason I say that is because they have 7 losses. The Vikings have 8, the Packers have 8, the Saints have 8, the Falcons have 8. So that's my point to that, is that you got to be very careful with that, because you have to try to win these next 2 games to make it into the playoffs. Because if you lose these next 2, might spell trouble. I know they play the Giants next, which is pretty much a win. The Giants are playing good. They almost beat the Eagles this last game. So they got to be very careful. Let's see. Fabian Olivia 717 says, I'm Chiefs fan, and I think Andrew Reid is playing with every team's mind. I don't think so, man. I don't think that's how it works. I don't think so. Business 22 says, well, we talk about D tackles are not an issue. It's more our ends. SW and DF underperform. Yeah, I really do agree with that, man. I really do that. I think they're breaking contain, and they're just not playing disciplined football. They're really not, and I totally agree with that. William McKee says Lions and Cowboys both good teams. Lions have better running backs. Go Lions. Lions do have better running backs, I believe, overall. Yes. Raymond 200-419 says that's true, but if Washington and Rams beat 49ers, anything is possible. You're right, 100%. Fabian Olivia says it's all about money. I'm not even going to get into that, although I understand what you're saying, 100%. But yeah, it's gonna be a great game on Saturday, man. I'm very excited. Let's see. Big pun forever. I am the artist formerly known as Ultra Cowboy. Oh my goodness. Ultra Cowboy, why did you change your name? Did you get banned? Did you? You're always coming up with some crazy names, man. I'm gonna call you Ultra Cowboy anyways. Ultra Cowboy says Lions only beaten 2 teams with a winning record: the Chiefs in Week 1 and Bucks. They lost to the Packers and Bears. Yeah, that is true. When you are down, remember, like Mike McCarthy's SB team had 2 losses on the road versus 1 good team and scored 3 points versus a 6-win team in December, lost 5 times on the road. Well, that is true. I've seen that too. They brought that up. Fernando says, don't know if you, Jerry, and Ken talk about this last live, but these wildcard teams could beat 2-4 seeds. Seahawks can move the ball. Rams can move the ball. The Vikings as well. Yeah, I mean, you're right, man. Some of these teams might be able to beat some of these teams that are in the playoffs, or at least divisions or 5th round. You're right. These wildcard teams could probably beat somebody. Ultra Cowboy says playoff quarterbacks will cook that Eagles secondary. Eagles will be one and done. Ooh, are you calling that? That's your call, huh? That's your shot. We will see. Fabian Olivo 717 says, I don't hate any team. I just love football. Coach, Fabian, I 100% agree with you, man. I am the same way. Although people on TikTok come on here and try to get you, I'm not that dude, man. Let's talk real football, man. That's what gets me going. But these teams that just want to troll just to troll these guys, I don't get it. But I agree with you, man, 100%. You should follow our channel, even though you're a Chiefs fan, because we also talk football and East-West football. East-West football, we talk about all football there too, but we talk football, man. It don't matter. Business 22 Analyze says the team see that on the film saw our ends underperform against the Cards and Bills. I agree 100% for you, 100%. Fabian says you lose or you win. That's it, bro. Yep. That is it, man. Although our team likes to get showcased in front of everybody repeatedly if we lose. So it comes with the territory, man. Ultra Cowboy says Nick Mullins put up 411 yards versus that Lions secondary. He did, man. He shredded them Lions secondary, man. They are not good. I don't know. Look, they got to be very careful because they can run the ball too. So it might be a back and forth game. It might be them running the ball on us, and it might be us passing the ball all over the place on them. So it's going to be a good game, man. Ultra Cowboy says Eagles secondary is wide open. Okay, I got to read these comments right before I say Ultra Cowboy. You're going to get me in trouble, man. Ultra Cowboy, you didn't answer my question. Why did you change your name? So Fabian Olio says, I'm gonna call you Fabian O. Fabian O says, just play football. That's it with discipline. Yep. I totally agree 100%. Hey, make sure y'all on TikTok, man. Follow us on YouTube, man. Help us reach the 1,000. Let's see what we got. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. The odds are still, they have changed somewhat. NFL standings we talked about. We talked about the Lions, what they're ranked offensively and defensively. They can stop the run. They can run the ball. They can pass the ball. They can do it all, man. Fifth in passing, third in running, averaging per game. And then they're ranked 15th on defense, fourth on stopping the run, and 22nd on stopping the pass, which we're all talking about that the Cowboys are probably going to have to just pass the ball on them. That's probably what's going to end up happening. Business 22 says, I think Turpin should run the jet sweep, then Cooks. I think we all could agree with that. Des Ham 95 says, situational football is what worries me about the Cowboys. Des, I 100% agree with you, man. I don't know what it is about situational football. So I think what we're missing is that leader that lines everybody up, ensures everybody's lined up correctly. I don't think we have that right now. So situational football is something we are not good at. You're 100% correct on that. Business 22 Analyze says Detroit has a very good defense. Yeah, they do, but their secondary is very suspect, and I'm sure Detroit Lions fans can tell you that too. Their secondary is not good. Fabian says play what? I don't know what you're trying to say. Ultra Cowboy says, in reference to me asking him why he changed his name, he said, to honor my favorite rapper, Big Pun Forever. Okay. I like it. Lions had the same type of weapons last year and only managed to score 6 points. I am not worried. Okay. We say that, man. Ultra Cowboy says Cowboys are a different beast at home. They are. But we cannot look. I want to say the same thing, but I get in trouble, man, when I say those things. Look, they dropped 2 in a row. They cannot drop 3 in a row. They just cannot happen. Here we got Trina. Trina, last time I gave you the regular clap. I'm gonna give you the real clap because I know you've been on before, but I'm gonna give you the true Cowboys cast clap. And I'm gonna give you the long one because you deserved it. Trina's been on before, but I'm gonna give her the official Cowboys cast clap to make sure that I'm gonna make it long too. I don't care. She deserves it. She comes on here and comments all the time. Trina is awesome. I appreciate it, Trina. She says, we got this at home. The Lions are on the fence. So we will see. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we will see. It's going to be a really good game. I think it might be a shootout. Big Pun Forever says 42-17 Cowboys. You think this will be a blowout? I don't know, man. I don't know. We will see. Trina Robinson says, thank you, Cowboys Nation. Salute. No, thank you, Trina, for commenting and coming on to the show. We appreciate you so much. Big Pun Forever says, Ravens beat the Lions 38-7, overrated. My question to y'all, though, is if the Cowboys play the Ravens, what's the score? That's the question. Business 22 Analyze on TikTok says, we need to have Dak roll out and more and throw on the run. He performs well, great numbers. I 100% agree. I think he needs to run the ball more. I think we've covered this on the Cowboys cast. Guys, gals, everybody listening. It might have changed. I need to look at the numbers again because it changes all the time. But Dak Prescott runs for over 5 rushes. I mean, like actual rushes, not rushing yards. If he rushes 5 times or more in the game, I want to say it's 70% chance of win rate against these teams. Just throwing that out there. So Business 22 Analyze, I 100% agree with you. Fabian O says it's all about the coach, but discipline on their players like the Raiders coach. They beat us, but 100%. That's what I said. We can't blame all the coaches. The players have to play the game and know what situational football is and make adjustments with their coach to understand what's going on the field so they can stop it. But when somebody runs over 250 yards on you, that is not good. You're not making adjustments. That's what it comes down to. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result. That's what they did. That's exactly what they did. Business 22 Analyze says, I have Dallas 31, Detroit 23. I can see that. It's a close game. Desamp 95, what's the biggest difference with the Cowboys winning at home than on the road? Can change in the playoff. Yeah, it could, man. I don't know, man. So I really don't. I don't think even the players know, because they came together and tried to figure that out. If the players are doing that, they don't even know what it is. The coaches don't know what it is. I don't think anybody knows what it is. It's just a weird thing that's happened, and it's a good question, but I just don't think anybody knows why they're so horrible playing away. Now, granted, the Cowboys did play better in Miami, but then you had the offense that was stagnant for second and third quarter. Like, that's just so weird. And I think sometimes at the end of the day, as a coordinator, you have to get your quarterback in rhythm. That's just part of the game. I don't care what you say. Guys, look, I said it before the season. Every Eagle fan was hating on me. And I said, look, guys, you guys have new coordinators. You have to understand that although it's somewhat the same defense, you lost some players, somewhat they're going to run the same style of defense. It always comes down to rhythm. I don't care who you are. If you're an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, rhythm is a huge thing for your defense and offense. That plays a huge factor. And we're seeing that with the Eagles. I don't care what anybody says, any football coach or anybody, rhythm is everything to a quarterback. Rhythm is everything to a play caller on defense, whoever wears the green dot. That is huge. That means if your linebacker, safety, whoever has the green dot, or your quarterback is feeling it, and he's like, okay, I think he should call this, and the coach calls that lets you know that you're both in the right rhythm. Now, is that going to happen every time? No, but it has to be somewhat of a close play that you're calling, that you understand the game and how he's calling it. If you don't have that type of rhythm, you're not going to be good. If your quarterback is guessing what you're going to call and you're like, that's not what I expected, then you're not in rhythm. That plays a huge big deal in quarterbacks. I'm telling you. Fabian O says Dak needs to run the ball. Yes. Fabian O says Annis Lions 34, Dallas 27. Okay. Business 22 says we should have one in Miami and Philadelphia. We should have. Fabian O says exactly. Fabian says, yes, sir. 49ers 5525. Lions defense is weak. That's the problem. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, although they stopped the run, which is fine in the NFL, I think that's what. And then the Niners, right? The Niners are built off of stopping the run while at the same time going to the quarterback to get a sack, right? Or pressuring the quarterback. But they do it with 4 players. That's the whole point. That's why when you see Warner pause, you don't see him hitting gaps very fast unless he already knows the play. He anticipates that his linemen are going to do their job, and then he can sweep up and clean up, right? That's the whole point. But he's right. 49ers 5525. Like, when you have that big of a gap, your run defense is number 4, but your pass defense is 22. That's a huge gap, right? So to my point is, like, they can get got just like us. We're not good at stopping the run. So vice versa. It's going to be a crazy game. 49ers 5525 says Lions defense ranked 15th. Yep, we went over that. They're ranked 15th, 4 and 22nd. 4 in stopping the run and 22nd in 22nd in pass defense. Queen is on. Let me give Queen a round of applause. Queen is on. Hello, Queen. How are you doing? What is going on? We have been so busy. I am sorry. We haven't been going live like we look, guys. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I got a lot going on. Work is really tough. My people need me, and then not only that, but I'm also taking 2 college courses. The holidays haven't been rough, but my son has basketball practice as well that I go to. So a lot of stuff going on. I'm sorry, you guys, but we are here on a Friday and we're live. So hello, Queen. Thank you for coming on. Fabian O says just yeah. Loyalty for Lifetime says Happy New Year's, my brother. Happy New Year's. Loyalty for Lifetime. I'm gonna give you a round of applause. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Queen says we will be okay. I think we'll be okay too. 49ers 5525 says at Fabian O, I really don't worry about the past. Yeah, I don't either, man. I don't like the past. It is what it is. I'm the same way. So that's why I kind of like, it is what it is. Queen, same, no worries. Business 22 says we have wait, hold on. Let me get some comments over here on YouTube. I'm sorry, guys. I got behind by a lot. Here we go. Trina says, no, it's going to be a defensive game, so low scoring game, 2017 Cowboys over Detroit. I could see that too. I could really see that. Russell Wilson got fired on his day off. That is funny. That is funny. Trina says, but we definitely need a well-coached game. Them weak draw run plays ain't going to work. Nope, they are not. Trina also says they refs hate the Cowboys. I have a feeling about that too. And I hate to use that, but man, it's getting bad. It's not just us, it's all over the NFL. Big Pump Forever says you eliminate 2 dumb plays and the Cowboys beat the Eagles and Dolphins. Yep. There a lot of dumb plays, man. A lot of roughing the passer penalties. 15-yard penalties, man, is just killing us. Trina's home field advantage is real. Bad play calling is how we lost in Miami. You know what? Trina's got it. She's got it. Is it the play calling out? That's interesting. I'm going to look at that. Big Pump Forever says Cowboys outplayed the Dolphins and Eagles on the road. I believe that they did too. Trina, facts about the rhythm. Yes, you got to have rhythm. That's just the way it is. I would not want to play the Cowboys in the playoffs. We will see, man. These guys they know they have nothing left in the playoffs. You either play, you win, you go home, or that's it, man. Trina, take care of yourself. Happy New Year's, bro. When they back, parson up, and we will stop the run. Yes. Big Pun Forever says Cowboys held the Dolphins to 91 yards. We only had 2 bad run-stopping games after emotional losses. Diggs' injury versus Arizona and after beating the Eagles. That is true. That is true. All right, here we go. TikTok. We got behind there too. 22 says Business 22 says we have become predictable on defense. We need to run stunts and have Wilson blitz. I don't know if I like the stunts. I think that's what's making us give up all these run plays. I think they're playing out so far that they need to create stunts, and they're blocking inside and from inside out, and that's creating the big holes up the middle. So I don't know about that one. That one's kind of tricky for me. 2024, here we go. Yeah. Fabio, happy New Year to you. Queen, how was your Christmas? My Christmas was awesome. I spent it with my family, and I'm alive. That's all that matters. Fabian Oliville says, I like the way you said things. Really smart guy. Oh, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Queen says we're playing at home, and Jimmy is getting inducted. That's the thing, Jimmy. You cannot lose with Jimmy's getting inducted into the Ring of Honor. There's no way. Nunley Central says dub tomorrow, brother. Let's go, baby. 49ers 5525 says Sean Payton would have never did that to Drew Brees. Sean did Russell dirty. You think so? Like, y'all think he did him dirty? Like, or so 49ers 5525. I don't think he did. The only reason I'm saying that is because remember, his contract is different. If he gets hurt, he's guaranteed all that money. So, and he's not going to probably be able to trade him or he could let him go. But I'm just saying, like, what if he wants to trade him? What if he's able to trade him? So you don't want him to get hurt. That's the whole point. I think that's a good move. And I think I would have made the same move. I think I would have sat down with Russell and said, hey, Russell, this is the deal, man. Look, I'm looking after the team for the long haul. And I'm going to look after you, because if you get hurt, what happens if you don't go anywhere, nobody wants to trade for you or whatever? Like, we have to come to a consensus to make sure that we agree on this. And this is the point for both sides, not just us. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Business 22 says Big Pun is right. Dak does not step out against Eagles. Could be a different outcome. That was a huge play, man, and a bad mistake. You're right, 100%. Loyalty for Lifetime says you don't want to play Cowboys in playoffs. Let's hope the Cowboys want to play in the playoffs. That's a good point. That is a very good point. Trina Robinson says we need to give Turpin some more playtime. I think we do. We need that speed on offense to sprint the Cook and CD. I think we do. I think we're missing a little bit of that too as well. I agree with you. Russell's going to get paid regardless. I think he is. Yeah. But maybe it can. But it's not Russell. He has no one to throw the ball to. They got some two good receivers over there, so I don't know about that one. But maybe he just doesn't feel that type of style of football for them. You know what I mean? 49ers 5525 says, but the way Sean screamed at Russell on the sidelines on national television was bad. Now that I can agree with you 100%. Sometimes I get like that, but sometimes just being calm and understanding what's going on is better. But I get that part. But I think the whole benching him thing, I think that's just a business decision. What it comes down to, it's not that he's doing him wrong. It's just I think for both sides, it's a good move. Larry Jansen says, "Let's go Lions." He's a Lions fan, man. We'll see on Saturday, huh? Loyalty for Lifetime says 2024. Here we go. You said that already. Queen says Russell was my. I haven't seen that, but I got to check that out. Trina says Andy Reid did Kelsey and players the same way. Yeah, he did, man. Hey, listen, like them Chiefs, man. Trina says block Larry. Nah, leave Larry alone. Welcome. Look, I even give him a round of applause, man. Larry, welcome to the Cowboys Cast, man. Even though you're not a Cowboys fan, make sure you subscribe, like, man. You know, help us get to 1,000. We're all trying to get there. Appreciate it. Trina gave the laughing emoji. You know she's playing. We're all. It's all fun here, man. It's all good. But Ballards Rodriguez says, "Let's go Lions, man." We got some Lions fan coming in. Okay, 49ers 5525. Your podcast is awesome. We both chasing that 6 ring. That's what I'm saying, man. Why can't we have a real conversation, man? Like, let's not fight. Let's just talk about football. That's what I like to do. That's what we all love to do is talk football. So that's what 49ers 5525 said. Your podcast is awesome. We both chasing that 6 ring. Everybody that's in that top tier is chasing that 6th, 7th ring, man. And it's true, man. We're passionate about things, but at the same time, man, I love talking football. Especially if you bring context with it and you tell me, hey, man, hey, Z, this is the way it goes, man. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, got it. You know what? You're 100% correct. Or no, I think this is what I think about it. So I agree. But just love for the game, man. That's what's awesome about it. Queen, welcome, Larry. Because this is what I'll tell you guys. If you look at all the drastic or very eventful things that have happened to us as Americans, what is the one thing that has brought us back together? Think about it. And you guys already know the answer. Queen gave us some roses. Queen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Give her a round of applause. Thank you, Queen. I'll give her an air horn. But yeah, it's football, man. Football has brought us all together. That's what it comes down to. That's what football does. You know what I mean? Queen says, welcome, Larry. Business 22 says they did have Barry Sanders. They did. Loyalty for Lightsman says, block Larry's team so we can run the ball. That's funny. Queen gives a heart emoji to 49ers 5525. It's true. Hollywood says, PPC from El Paso, Texas. This is Mr. Hollywood. Let's go, man. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Baltzar Rodriguez, it's going to be a close game tomorrow. I think so too, man. I really do. Business 22 Analyze Sports. I can agree with that too. Not just football, but sports in general. You're right. It just brings us together, man. Queen says, here we go. You know what? I'm going to have to get that on the Roadcaster, man. That here we go. I'm going to have to get that one for sure. 100%. Trina says, it's what did she say? She says, it's all love. We love how our haters watch us. That is true. Hey, you either love us or you love to hate us. It's either one. Trina says, a confused admire blue is what runs in their veins before it hits the air. That is true. That is true. Big Pun Forever says, hit the like button. You can only hit it once, like the Eagles Super Bowl wins. Oh, Big Pun is correct. Hit that like button, guys. Hit how many? What do we got on TikTok right now? Let's see what we got on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, make sure you go to YouTube, follow our channel, get us 1,000. Look, listen, if you ain't a Cowboy fan and you subscribe and you win this hat when we hit 1,000, it's okay. It's okay because guess what? You can find a Cowboy fan, and at 1,000, if you win this, you can give it to that Cowboy fan if you want, or you could be like, hey, give it to somebody else. It's all good. But make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you follow us. Let's see what we got. What? How many likes do we got? 1,900. Come on, guys, hit that like button. Get us to 5,000 if we can. Let's go. Yes, hit the like button, pun. You're right, man. Big Pun Forever says 42-17 Cowboys. That's your prediction already? You're not even gonna wait till tomorrow. Trina Robinson says yes. Okay. Queen says Lions are number 3 in running. Actually, I think they're number 4, but close enough. And we can't stop the run. I know. That's what I'm saying. I think the combination of that and then they can't stop the pass. What's going to give? Business 22 says, remember Glenn Frey is from Detroit. One of the vocalists and guitarists on the Eagles. Interesting. Love Time for Loyalty. Hopefully Deuce versus shows out. Yes, Deuce is playing tomorrow, so that's the thing that it's going to be very interesting. What if he has like 150 yards rushing? Man, what if he comes out and just balls? That's going to be insane. Coach Cheese says my cow patty's going to choke. They always do in December. We will see, Coach Cheese. We will see. Queen. But we at home, so we should be okay. CD 4 touchdowns. CD 4 touchdowns? Really? Y'all think CD is going to get 4 touchdowns? I don't know. We'll see. I think we're playing at home. I think we're going to play well. Like I said, guys, this Lions team we cannot let up on. Hey, listen, we are going to go live before tomorrow's game. Make sure y'all subscribe, like the channel. Let's see real quick. Let me check something now. I think Monday Night Football is running this game, right? If I'm correct. I think Monday Night Football is running this Saturday game against the Lions, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, y'all correct me, please. But I thought that's what I was tracking. Yeah, ESPN, ABC. Okay, Detroit Lions, 7:15 p.m. So 8:15 Central Time. So awesome. Coach Cheese, let's see. Business 22 says screenplays for Deuce. I like it. I like it. Coach Cheese says, yes, sir. Yep. Loyalty for Life. It's on ESPN. Yep. Queen says, okay, Cooks 1, TD 1, MG 1, touchdown. Yeah, we will see, man. This is going to be a great game. I'm like Queen, man. Did you say you were nervous? Somebody said they were nervous. I'm nervous too, man. This is going to be a really good game. We will see what happens, but like I said, this is a team we need to be very careful with. Like I said, although they're ranked 15th on defense, 4th and 22nd, I think, 4th stopping the run, 22nd stopping the pass. This is a very good team. They play at really good spurts in the season as probably a very dominant team if you think about it. But we will see, man. They are playing at home. I am anticipating that everybody's going to be very loud in Texas Stadium. It's going to get so loud. So we will see, man. I'm sure the fans are going to show out. I hear a lot of people are going. This one might have a record-setting. It might set the record for most fans in there. Hopefully, it breaks it. We'll see. But this is the last home game of the regular season, so you know it's going to show out. Everybody's going to be there. Queen says, Nervosa? Yeah, you're nervous. Business 22 says, our offensive line is beat up, concerned about our run game. Yeah, 100%, man. I think you might want to cancel that out unless the Cowboys run the ball very well, but I just don't see it. I think you have to attack this defense with his weakness, and that's passing the ball. Loyalty for Life says, hell no, we no nervous. We biting kneecaps tomorrow. That's funny. Baltar Rodriguez says 4-0 on prime time. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. 4-0. So the Lions are 4-0 on prime time? Is that what you're saying? Queen says we might rest our guys. We might. We'll see. Baltzar Rodriguez says a lot of Lions fans are heading to Dallas. Yeah. So I have heard that the Cowboys might rest people, man. I'm iffy about that one. I think regardless of what happens, you're the 5th seed. If the Cowboys lose the next 2 games, I'm pretty confident that we stay the 5th seed. So is Mike McCarthy going to rest a lot of players? I don't know. There's a lot of rumors going around that they might, but we're just not going to know until the game starts. Yeah, because if you look at it, the Buccaneers are 8-7. The Cowboys are 10-5. They lose the next 2 games. I think they're still the 5th seed. They're still the 5th seed. They beat the Rams. They're 6th. They're still the 5th seed. They beat the Seahawks. They're still the 5th seed. Regardless of what happens, I think in this scenario, you're still the 5th seed regardless of what happens. So I could possibly see that happening. Bouncer Rodriguez said, yep, confirmed. Queen says, rest of the online play the defense. Loyalty for Lifetime says, we go into rest players when we up 40-0. I don't know about that one, man. This is a good team. Coach E says, I don't want golf hurt or knocked out. Lions, my Super Bowl pick. Nah, man. That's not how it works. Alex Lopez says, fun fact, opponent's offensive line being called for holding Parsons. FYI, mind-blowing. That is true. That is a lot of quarters for a defensive player that gets after the quarterback and does not get called for holding is very interesting. Very interesting. And I think a lot of people have talked about that. It is crazy, man, that they do not call holding for Micah Parsons. It's insane. 49ers 5525 says if Dallas loses next 2 games and Tampa wins next 2 games, does Dallas stay at 5 seed? I believe they do because of, I want to say, strength of schedule. I believe, I want to say opponents, same opponents. That's what I was saying. I think it doesn't really matter. And that's why the rumors going around that the Cowboys might not play a lot of people. They might play the first quarter, but they might treat it as a preseason game. So who knows? But yeah, if you look at the strength of schedule, yeah, it's not very good, man. We have the strength of schedule. So opponents, we beat the Eagles once. They lost to the Eagles. They did play the Lions and they lost. So they did play the Bills and they lost and we lost. They did play the Niners and they lost and we lost. So it just kind of depends on the strength of schedule. We did beat the Panthers. So it just kind of depends, man. I think we stay with the 5th seed though, 100%. We beat the Jets. They beat the Jets too. So I think we do stay the fifth seed, to be honest, regardless of what happens. Balzer Rodriguez says both Lions and Cowboys are always against the rest. Yeah. Let's see for life. Goff was 1 pick. Dak was 5th round. Dak was actually a 4th round pick. Going to prove he's better tomorrow. Yeah, I hope so. We stay the 5th seed. Yeah, Queen said it. She confirmed. Coach, he's a lot of holding in Philly and Miami, but not in San Fran. Sometimes it's the way it goes, man. Let's see. I think that's all we got for tonight, guys. I appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you for joining the Cowboys Cast. Can we play some music? Yeah, I think we should play some music. I think we should play some music, man, on the outro. What do y'all think? So Cantu Reyes on TikTok, he just came in. He says, saludos at Browntown. Welcome, 956. Cantu Reyes says, go Cowboys. Hey, look, man. Business 22, you are correct. We are them boys. We them boys. Hey, guys, look. Like, subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 1,000. This is the Cowboys Cast. You know how we do it, baby. We are the Cowboys Cast. We are the people. We talk to the people. Y'all come on here and say your comments. This is what we do, man. Balta Rodriguez, I used to live in Seguin, Texas. Awesome. Business 22 says play weed and boys. I wish I could, but I'll get banned for that or I'll get cut off. So 29, is it possible the Cowboys win Tuesday? Play drops the cards and Giants, anything is possible. You're right. Hey, like I said, thank you all for coming on. We truly appreciate you guys so much. Thank you once again. Hey, like always, we love you guys. Happy New Year. If we don't talk to you, make sure you tell your grandmother, your sister, your grandmother, your baby daddy to subscribe, follow our channel, help us reach the 1,000. You guys are awesome. We're here for you, like always. And I say, keep it real.